Hello, y'all. It's the Relaxed Nerd, and happy Wednesday. It's a beautiful Wednesday. And it's a good day because brand new trailer, uh, Spider-Man, brand new day just released. So nice. That was awesome. Pretty cool. That made me really happy today to see that. So y'all might be wondering, what's today's topic? What's today's topic? It's just it's so much stuff. That's today's topic. It's just like a pile of a whole bunch of things in today's topic. I know I posted on my Instagram that I'm gonna say a few things about my passion and the reason why I started a YouTube channel and then I want to post videos and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I can't speak today. Oh my god. But yeah, let's get to it. So in my previous like posts, videos and stuff, I lied. I said, "Oh, I'm doing great, but I'm really not. I'm not doing the greatest right now. I feel like crap. I feel like a piece of crap. I feel really horrible right now. And it's been like that for a while now. And I lie to everybody in my personal life, telling them, "Oh yeah, I'm doing great." You know, I have this like smile on my face. Even someone I know was like, "You always manage to have like a smile on your face," and I hate hearing that because that's not really. I mean, it's not like how I really feel. You know what I mean? I feel like complete crap right now. You know, and it's been like that. You know, I just I don't know. Like a few months ago, I wanted to give up, and you know what I mean by giving up. I wanted to give up really bad. Just I don't know. I just know I couldn't, because I mean I've got all these people depending on me, and I've got these people supporting me, and then like, and I feel selfish, like, oh well, these people are, they care about me, you know. Um, but yeah, and I just want to say, for anyone who's dealing with the same things I'm dealing with, hang in there, man. It gets better. Hopefully, I don't really know. It gets better. Um, no, and I self sabotage a lot. I noticed that I do that. Very self aware about it, but every time I try to fix it, just I can't. You know. And this is a really deep personal video that I debated on making, but I'm just gonna make it anyways because I wanna be honest with y'all. I love y'all. I wanna be honest with y'all. And I wanna be honest with myself as well. You know. Um. So I'm gonna talk about my passion for this account and stuff. So a few years ago, like 2019, um, when I was like 13, no wait, no wait, when I was 13, I made an Instagram account. Like I got my first phone and I named it Ninja Matt Toys. I posted photos of toys. I got made fun of for it. Like anything someone does that's related to anything like that, you will get made fun of for it. It's bound to happen. People are evil. People are hateful. It's bound to happen when you're trying to do anything you love. There's bound to be people that will stand against you and be like, hey, that's stupid. So I got bullied for it. I got a lot of support for it as well, but I gave up on it. I gave up on it. And that's one of the biggest regrets I have because that's something I really enjoy. And every time I try getting back into it, there's this, there's these thoughts like, hey, dude, that's stupid. Like those thoughts of like people in my head, like, hey, like people who were telling me, hey, that's stupid years ago. For some odd reason, they're back, even though I don't even know them anymore. And they're like somehow back in my head, telling me all this stuff. I'm like, why can I not just do something I love and not overthink about it? Because I overthink about everything. That's one thing with being someone who wants to make stuff. You overthink about anything, you know? It's bound to happen. But don't let that get in the way of what you love. That's another thing. I'm gonna say that being a creative and doing things you love, you overthink about it. It is really bound to happen. And, you know, that's just being someone who wants to make things, you know. Um, so I overthought about it and I was like, no. And I gave up on trying to restart that account and stuff. And then a few months ago, I posted my first video on Instagram. I was very, very doubtful about it. Didn't get a lot of likes, didn't get a lot of views, you know. I was like, oh, nobody's watching this. I posted my other video that says loser Suncore. And boom. I woke up in the morning and the amount of like viewers and likes I was getting was insane. I've made a lot of new friends from that video, which is pretty insane. But that right there, me seeing all that attraction with that video, me seeing all that told me something. I'm not just by myself. I'm not alone. There's people who there's people who are just like me. And I'm not alone. And I've always felt alone through my whole entire life. And when that video kind of blew up, I was like, whoa. There's people in comments telling me, man, you're not a loser, you're this, you know, you're awesome, man. And I was like, I kind of I cried a little bit. I cried. It's amazing. And I made a lot of new friends. And that wow, that was really cool. It wasn't even about the likes or viewers or the follows at that point. It was just about knowing that there's people who are just like me, you know, going through the same old stuff. And these past few years, life's been pretty rough. Um, I lost my grandma back in 2023. And ever since, life's been pretty rough. And then, that the following year, I got in a very bad relationship, and it messed me up bad. Was trying to get away from all of that. You know, I was doing things that I told myself I'd never do, and I did them anyways. I was in a very bad spot, and before then, I was so nerdy, bro. I was so nerdy. But when I got in that relationship when my grandma died, that nerdiness kind of went away because I thought I was hanging out with the wrong people, and I thought, oh, I have to hide myself, you know, because they're gonna make fun of me, you know, especially in the relationship I got in. But when when that relationship ended and stuff, and I stopped hanging out with those people, I felt this wave of growth, you know, like a new beginning happening, you know. I started watching so many movies, I started reading, I started writing a lot. That's something about me that y'all don't know. I'm a writer. I love writing. One day I've got to talk about a few of my writings. But for now, stick to the video. But I started getting back to these nerdy habits. I was in, like comic books, you know, and I felt alive. You know, I felt awesome. That following year, my family we got kicked out of the house we're in. So it was horrible because that means I had to move schools and I had a few friends um in that school and it was hard leaving them. It was it was terrible. And it was really hard finding a new home. It was really hard. My parents, like, it was really hard. But good things did happen. They found a house. And that gave me an opportunity to grow. At my old house, it was like there's so much bad energy in that house, and there's so much bad energy in the place I was living. And even in that school, I knew all those kids from like elementary school, and those kids bullied me growing up. So getting out of that felt like I was free, you know, like a new beginning. You're gonna hear a lot about the new beginning thing. Also, this video might be really long, so um, but yeah, I grew a lot, and I started writing a lot. And when I moved in my new house and stuff, I decorated my room and so many posters, Spider-Man posters, Batman posters. It was insane. And I started buying so many more comic books. I was getting back into it. I was like, yeah, yeah. And then that's when, boom, hit me. I started thinking about the past relationship I was in, and it hit me a lot. I was like, damn, why am I thinking about this? Because the more I thought about it, that's one of the things that kind of stopped me from doing certain things. But yeah, I'm gonna talk more about that eventually in future videos. Um, but yeah, but now, since all of that happened, you know, oh, and during the time when I moved this stuff, I went to a new school and stuff. And when I first got there, I felt like I didn't fit in at all. I feel like I didn't fit in. I still don't. It's been a year, and I still don't feel like I fit in. And I'm on my senior year, so hey, woo, that's awesome. And another thing is, I am terrified. I am scared. I am so scared because I am so scared. Because part of me is like, am I even gonna graduate? Am I gonna do this? It's terrifying because I have all these plans for my future, but I feel like they're probably never gonna happen. I even feel like the whole YouTube thing might not, work out. And YouTube's my passion because growing up, I've always wanted to be a YouTuber, and I've always like a few years ago, I've always tried to post YouTube videos, but I delete them because I felt very insecure about them, and I doubted them, and people made fun of me for them, and I don't know, I just no, I don't know, yeah, I don't know, but sometimes it feels like even when you're trying to do better, the building, it feels like you're on this building, right? And every time you're trying to do better, that building collapses. And then you're like, oh, and you're trying to get back up. Boom, boom, boom. Get hit again and again and again. And it's hard to get back up, you know? It's really hard to get back up. But I don't even know why I keep getting back up? I said, oh, yeah, I've got all these responsibilities, but deep down, I don't know why I get back up, you know? I don't know. And I try to talk good to myself. I'm like, oh, well, dude, you're this, you're that. But I've always doubt myself a lot, you know? I don't know. And I don't know. Because I don't know. I think growing up, because I got bullied a lot growing up, and I think it's kind of stick to my mind, you know? I get called stupid and stuff. Like, I know I'm not the most smartest person. I know I might not be the most good looking person, but I am trying more than, more than people think. I don't know. This video got very deep. Um, I told you this video doesn't really have a topic. It's just a whole bunch of stuff. And if you can resonate with this, fantastic, you know, because I want people to resonate with my content and I want to inspire people. So if you resonate with this, you're not alone, man. I'm right with you, man. Um, don't give up, cause I'm still here, and I've been through so many things. So don't give up, man. Don't give up. That concludes the end of the video. That got very deep at the end, but it's fine. I don't know what to name this video. We're just gonna put a name on it. So I hope y'all enjoy, and if you resonate with this, you're not alone. Keep doing better. Keep being you. Don't stop being you. Do awesome. Do awesome. Hold on. I don't know. It's just be you. Don't give up. Who cares what anybody says? You know. Like I said earlier, I got made fun of, and I still get made fun of. You may not be the smartest. You might not be the good looking. You may not be this, that, but who cares? Who cares? At least you're here and you're living, At least you're here. That's awesome. And it's fantastic that you're here. So keep being here. Don't give up. Toodles. Toodles, y'all. I'm a skedaddle. So, toodles. Hope y'all enjoyed.